What's up, guys? It is Hopter here. We're currently not live commentary. This is after the fact, but so we got a 15-5 gameplay. We didn't have the best start, but we got a Merciless, and we ended up getting our Orbital towards the end. But what I wanted to talk about today was so it's my stepdad's birthday today, and I wanted to talk about him for this video. And so when I first met him, it was on a snow trip to this one place. I went with my mom, and I think this was when they were dating, and it was the first time I met him, and it was the first time I'd been in the snow. And his first words to me were, I think it was, "Don't eat the yellow snow." I think those were his first words to me. And so what ended up happening was I did stay away from the yellow snow, but about, I don't know how many months later, but he started being around a little bit more, and my mom was spending more time with him in a sense. And so this is after my parents got divorced, so it was just me and my mom for a while. And so I didn't like him at first, to be honest. I mean, but it wasn't just because it was him, but it was because of the fact that I felt like he was taking my mom away from me. Because I was 5 years old, and no, 6 or 7 years old, and I didn't really, I don't know, I was a very selfish kid, I guess, in a sense. I don't know, I wasn't very good at sharing, but that lasted for a while. They got married. I remember when they got married. I was happy at the ceremony, but then afterwards, I remember a lot of days, like when they'd be talking in the morning and I couldn't get my mom's attention, I'd start crying and yelling, saying I wish they never got married and stuff like that, which is kind of messed up. And so I'm sure it was very hard for them, but when it came down to it, he loved me so much he just loved me so much that he stuck around me, and he actually went to therapy he went to a therapist to figure out how to be a better dad for me. And that alone takes a lot, but being somebody and then coming into somebody else's lives and then loving them as their own, that's a very hard thing to do. It really blows my mind that he was able to do that in itself. But I'd say around 3rd grade, 2nd grade, kind of later into 2nd grade, because they got married in the beginning of 2nd grade, that area, he started taking me on little fun trips. Whether he would take me motorcycle riding up in trails and stuff like that. He would take me to horseback riding and fishing, because he works on a fishing boat. And so I'd be able to come out and work on the boat, or I'd be able to go out and fish, etc. And so it really was, I really started to realize he wasn't that bad of a guy the more I hung out with him, because the more I hung out with him, the more I was able to hang out with my mom more too. But he was also always there for me. If I was struggling, he was always there for me. I remember one time I had a homework assignment where I had to make up a story, and it had to be I forget what it had to be about, but it had to be funny. I remember that. And so what happened is we went to my mom in his room, and we started writing out this story. And the end result, I remember him telling me that the main character had to be named Bob, because every single funny story has to have the name Bob. And ever since then, whenever I write a funny story or something like that, I always use the name Bob. And so that's just one little memory I have. But then also there's so many things. I don't think I could just get into it in one just one 10-minute ordealio. But I mean, he's also he's always pushed me to be the best I can be, and whether I like it or not, he's always been there for me, and he's been a huge father figure for me, because I live with my mom, like, most of the time. I see my dad every other weekend. And I see my dad every other weekend, so he's really been there all the time. Like, he's taught me so much, everything I know. He's made it so that I work hard in school, not only to have a good education, but he also teaches me to work with my body. By the way, this game plays 30 and 18, so it's not that bad. We have a slow start, but it gets good towards the end. Kind of like the other one, but he's always been there for me. He's always, if I need money or anything like that, I go to him. I don't know what it is, but like, if I need anything, I need a ride, I need to like talk about something that's bothering me, I have like some like emotions going on that I need help with, he's always there, and he's made it so I feel more comfortable talking to him about anything, really, more even so than my own mom. He's really, I don't know what it is, but I have it's like some special connection where it's like he's my dad, and he's a father figure, and I look up to him in that way, but he's also, I feel like he's also my best friend, and he's also like a brother to me almost. And I mean, we'll do like even things like when he drops me off at school, there's a bunch of speed bumps, he'll like slow down and then try to get air off of the speed bumps by going super fast right before the speed bumps in his little truck. It's like, when I'm around him, I'm always having fun. Even if I'm in trouble, I'm always having fun. All these, like, growing up, I'm sure most of you have had those things where, like, you have those talks with your parents and stuff like that, where it's, like, real life stuff, or, like, they just, I don't know how this pissed me off right here. I choked that, but they give you, like, real life talks that you want to get out of, because it's like you don't want to face that, but on top of that, they're really long. But he's the one that's given me every single one of those talks. He's really just, I can't stress enough how much, like, he's just been there for me and how much I love him. Like, there's just no words that can really describe how, like, happy I am to have a stepdad like him, or even a dad in general. Like, it's like, I don't know what it is about him, but it's just, I love him so much. And I don't know, I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of explaining exactly how I feel, but it's just, I also didn't want to write a script for this, because I wanted it to be really just coming from my own heart. But I mean, to you, Sal, I love you so much, and it really, everything you've ever done for me, I remember everything. I don't know what it is, but my most vivid memories are with you. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it's not with my mom, or with my friends, or with, like, any other, like, even my dad, my stepmom, all of the people at my dad's age, everybody. It's like, you have my most memorable memories, and that's from being with you, and my most vivid and, like, clear memories that I could almost just play over and over in my head, and I will never forget those. And so, it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's just, you're just, like, you're literally, like, pretty much one of my favorite people on this entire planet. Like, it's just, I love you so much, and you've always been there for me. You always want the best for me, too. There's no reason for you to want the best for me and work your ass off so that I can do really anything that I want to be able to do. I mean, you'll work over on the boat, like, months without a single day off, weekends, weekdays, everything, and it's all just so that I can live a comfortable lifestyle, and I can just I can have my Elgato, I can have my PS4, I can have the internet, everything, so that I can upload on YouTube. You give me, like, tennis rackets when I need them, especially with my grandparents too, give me tennis rackets. But like if I need any money, I always come to you, because I don't know, it even rides, like I said earlier, you've never ever let me down. Not one time have you ever let me down. You've always been there for me, and you've never not followed through. And I've had a bad, I've not necessarily bad, but a hard time following through with things that you've asked me. But even with me having a hard time following through with you, you always follow through with me, and that has never changed. And you've just always been there. I feel so blessed. It's a miracle that I have you in my life. Like, you are, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I keep saying I don't know what it is, but it's true. I don't know what it is about you, but it's just, I love being with you. I may not always show that, and I may be in my room a lot, or I may go play tennis, and then I'm not outside in the living room a lot because I'm making videos or etc. But I really do. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. It really, it's just, it's really hard for me for some reason to express how I completely feel. Like, you've always been there for me. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but that's mainly because, I don't know, I can think of so much, but for some reason I just can't put it into words how thankful I am to have you in my life. You are by far, like, the best thing that's ever happened to me, in a sense. Like, one of the best things that's ever happened was having you in my life. And although I may have not liked you whatsoever, and I'll be honest, like, I did not, when we met, I did not like you. Well, I mean, I liked you at first, but then, like, over time, like, for some reason, I feel like it was because I felt like you were taking my mom away from me, which I don't know why I would have, but it's just, I don't know how I didn't like you. I mean, you love me so much and everything, and you've always been there for me, and you always do everything possible so that I can have a good life and a good, just being able to live the way that I want to. I don't know how that didn't fit, but just so that I can have my freedom, in a sense, and just being able to have you around really has helped me be a better person myself. I don't think that I would be the person I am without you, honestly. You just, I don't know what it is. It's just, you're always just, I don't know. I can't even explain it. I go, like, even when I do something wrong, you're never mad. Like, when I like, left my bike on Milpas Street, which, for you, those of you who, most of you don't know what Milpas Street is, it's not the best street, it's not in the best area, but my bike tire on my way to get my PS4 had popped, and so I had to leave it somewhere. So I locked it up with a U-lock at the Wells Fargo bank in the bike rack, and I actually ended up, what do you call it? I ended up getting it stolen, and it was a nice bike, and I'd had that bike for years. I mean, like, years. It was a very long time that I'd had that bike, and so I was just so sad about it. But you were there, and I thought you were gonna be really mad, and I remember telling you I'm sorry. Like, I was so sad, I wasn't even able to eat because of the fact that I'd left it there for 3 weeks thinking it wouldn't get stolen, not just because I was lazy, but because I had had my appendix taken out the next day, or 2 days later, because of the fact that it was about to burst. And so, for those of you that have like been here since like 20 subscribers, you would know from my live streams when I was coming back and from my like surgery. But you were just there for me always. You were always willing to. I remember saying I'm sorry because I thought you were mad at me, and you said that you weren't mad at me, and you said that you explained that that bike was getting old anyway, and it had a lot of problems, and he's like, it's a good learning experience, and he's like, I'm glad this happened to you now rather than with something bigger like a car or something like that later on, because I don't know, he's so comforting, like when it comes to those things. He's just so helpful. He's just always, if I need advice, for instance like that, I always go to him. It's always him. And I just wanted, I could keep going and going and going, but this video is already super long, and so I just want to say I love you, happy birthday, and just thank you. Thank you so much. I couldn't imagine really anything without being able to be around and having you around. I couldn't. That's just my honest opinion, that you make me who I am. With like, when you go on your 3-day trips, like, I miss the holy crap out of you. I may not show it, but I really do. It's really hard for me a lot of the time. And so I just wanted to say that, and that I love you. Happy birthday.
Big win, job done.
Keep coming back.